Well, I have heard Mr. Tim Wise speak on a number of occasions, including on television. I've heard him speak in person.
Yes.
I've never heard him say anything that I found not to be true or I disagreed with that I can recall about racism. But then I expect that a white person would know about how racism works, what it is, and how it works.
Yes.
So for a white person to voluntarily say this is unusual, but that's all I have to say about it. But I would expect any white person in a system of white supremacy to be well-versed on how white supremacy works, because we are in a system of white supremacy, and if you're white in a system of white supremacy, you would have to know a little bit about, or a whole lot about, how racism works.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a white person in a system of racism, you would know more than the average black person and understand more about the system of racism if you're white in a white supremacist system.
Right.
So I don't consider that to be anything phenomenal. What would be different is for a white person to step forward and tell the truth about it.
Right.
Which is what I have heard Mr. Wise do.
Exactly.
But I don't consider that as being a criteria for anything except he says what he says. Now, what is being done about it, that's what I keep my eye on,
mm-hmm.
not the analysis of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because any white person who knows about racism, who is in a system of white supremacy, would be very well versed on stepping to the microphone and explaining how it works and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Any white person, not just Tim Wise. It's just that he chooses to do it verbally.
Yes, he does.
But then people ask me, what does that supposed to mean to me where Mr. Tim Wise is concerned? I just simply say he's a white person who talks about racism, and as far as I know, tells the truth about it. But there's something else here. If people ask me, well, what does that supposed to mean to me? It doesn't mean anything except that's what he's doing. What means something is when some white person or some black person or some person that we've never even heard of, somebody from another universe, solves the problem. Just talking about the problem or analyzing the problem is excellent, but I expect when a white person is talking about the problem of racism, I expect more of the white person than I do of the non-white person for a very logical reason.
Which would be?
The very logical reason would be the white person knows how to solve it. And until the white person actually solves it, or persons, it counts for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Analyzing it or expressing how it works from a white person counts for nothing until that person or some other person actually solves the problem.